Kia ora koutou. I'm Skye McFarlane. I'm the medical herbalist and naturopath here for Wild Dispensary, and welcome to our online product training. So who are we? We are a Dunedin natural health company, so we're obviously based down here in Otipoti, and we celebrate the plants that grow around us here in Otago and Central Otago, but also throughout Aotearoa. So we have a smallish team. This is a picture of Ruth, Jed and I, but we also have Marcia, Millie and Eric, and we are with the products right the way through. So we harvest, produce, dispatch everything here in Dunedin. So why wild harvesting? So obviously it's a huge point of difference to other companies in the market, but what we do is we do pride ourselves on being able to utilize and use the abundance of plants that actually grow in our region to support our health and well-being. And part of that is using what literally grows in our backyard, but also supporting those local growers and farmers throughout the country. We also strive to kind of be part of regenerative economy and business by giving back to our community, and we do that through the Dunedin Wildlife Hospital, as well as supporting community fundraising and supporting amazing ventures that people come to us and ask for some support with. So we're very lucky with the community that we have. Our points of difference is that we do specialize in fresh plant liquid products. So we do that so you can get the full spectrum of active constituents with that extraction, but also so people can actually be more connected to what grows in our region or in our backyard. We use a lot of New Zealand grown plants where appropriate, and we also invest in our staff with Living Wage certified, and we have that bottle back reuse scheme where we ask customers to return the bottles to our wonderful suppliers in stores like you, and we pay the shipping to get them back to us. We sterilize and reuse it, so we have that active waste minimization with a plastic-free dispatch, and we try really hard to look at our impact as a business in all areas. So how we do herbal medicine is that fresh plant formula and liquids. We do that because it's easier for the body to absorb. It's not breaking down tablets and capsules, and we all know our gut health isn't so great these days, but it also gives people that flexible dosing, so particularly for families or households. And we also have put a huge kind of focus on making sure that our products are tasty, and that's really important for compliance, especially now when we know how expensive everything can get. So we want to make sure that people are taking the products because they taste good. So this is a wee picture of our range. And first up is our everyday tonics. Our tonics come in a vegetable glycerin base, and that helps give it that natural sweetness. So that's really helpful for compliance. And we have a range of different tonics to support all of those well-being and health issues. They are safe for the whole family. And first up is our chest tonic, and that's our kind of Central Otago time hero in this one, and that's around helping support that lung and breathing health. So we're thinking chest weakness in the winter, we're thinking that really irritating cough that you just can't get rid of, or let's say you've got that really kind of built up kind of chest, really congested, and you're needing to thin some mucus to kind of bring it up, hence why we've got that Central Otago time in there. We've got Californian poppy that helps with relaxing those muscles around the lungs so you can breathe easier. So this is a really good product to take in those cooler months, or particularly for those people that know they need that support through the winter season. They can take it preventatively. Our immunity tonic is particularly popular with small people and children because of that elderberry berry flavour. So we often think of hot black currants in winter, but our elderberry and manuka tonic is really, really therapeutic to help with that prevention picture, because elderberries traditionally have been used as an antiviral for decades or centuries, and it supports that immune system. And we also have, some research that shows that consistent use of taking elderberry when we're unwell can help with reducing those symptoms from ills and chills. Our anti-flame tonic. This is an amazing formula with 3 forms of turmeric. So we have our organic turmeric tincture, we have the fresh New Zealand grown turmeric and dried turmeric alongside ginger, aki, lemon, and horopito and black pepper. The idea of this amazing formula is to help with that joint mobility. So we're thinking joint inflammation, joint discomfort from things like arthritis or injuries or chronic joint concerns. We're also thinking gut issues such as Crohn's or IBS. It's an amazing formula that helps just reduce that inflammation that we have in the body that can really impact on people's lives when we're thinking they can't move freely or they're in pain. This is a delicious formula that you can have hot, cold, or neat, as with all of our tonics, but this in particular goes lovely with a plant-based milk or a dairy milk as a bit of a turmeric latte. The note for this is that because it is high-dose turmeric, people who are on blood thinners or warfarin, this is contraindicated, so they can't sadly have this. Our Daily Boost tonic was formulated to kind of celebrate those rose hips that grow in abundance through central Otago, which are high in antioxidants, high in vitamin C, as well as trying to sneak some nettle into people, which we know are really good mineral-dense plant. So the idea of this is we're thinking post-viral fatigue. We're thinking that 3 o'clock pick-me-up when we've had a few too many coffees. It's a lovely drink that's actually surprisingly popular with children. So it's a nice way of kind of supporting their energy and vitality with that kind of deep herbal mineral and vitamin base that you can have throughout the day. We're moving on into our therapeutics, and the first up is our defense range with our throat spray and Vira Defense Elixir. And our Vira Defense Elixir is one of those amazing wee products that actually packs a massive punch. So we're thinking if you feel like you're coming down with something and you're like, oh no, I'm starting to get a bit sick, this is an amazing product to start taking quite acutely to stop it kind of setting in. Or if someone around you is unwell, it's a great thing to be taking in that preventative picture to stop you catching it. However, if you have kind of got something that the bugs that kind of travel around, it really helps with those symptoms. So we're thinking that blocked nose, runny nose, that deafness that you can get from like really blocked up sinuses. So that's how you can take it when you are acutely unwell. Our throat spray is one of our most popular products, and that's because obviously it's great because it's convenient and small. We can throw it in the bag, throw it in the car, great for travel, but it helps support that first line of defense, which is our respiratory system. So it's our mouth, and obviously we have our nasal pathways as well. So what we're wanting to do is by using this throat spray, we're protecting ourselves and stopping anything kind of getting in or settling in. So if someone, once again, is unwell around you, you can be using this in that preventative way. Or if you do have a sore throat, we have that propolis and clove in there to help numb that irritated and itchy, scratchy throat. But it is really great also for gingivitis, gum health, sore teeth, all those sorts of things, mouth ulcers, and it can help with that kind of clearing up and healing quite quickly. So really good for quite quick acting symptomatic relief. Our functional vinegars are both kind of based on American folk recipes. And first up, we have our switchel. So our switchel was based on what they used to call a haymaker's punch. And it was, I think, originated in Jamaica. And the idea of that was molasses and vinegar. And they would use it like the original, like Gatorade or like an electrolyte drink. And what we've done is we've used our lovely Otago elderberries and raw Dunedin honey. And we have paired it with the apple cider vinegar for that prebiotic boost to support our microbiome. But this makes a delicious drink in the summer with sparkling water, but also in the winter as a hot drink. So multiple ways of using it, and it has that lovely tartness of the vinegar. Our fire cider is a bit spicy. It's definitely got a punch. And this is based on like Rosemary Gladstar's original kind of folk recipe. And the idea of that was, what can we use in the kitchen that we've got to support our immune system? And this is our take on it. We've made it very New Zealand by using our lovely kawakawa, and we've also put usnea in there. And the idea of this amazing formula is that we're wanting to kind of support our circulation. So we're thinking winter months, moving kind of our blood around and kind of making us feel a bit warmer. But like if you've got those cold hands and feet that you get in the winter season. But also when we've got those blocked sinuses, so we think maybe hay fever or colds, but like eating too much wasabi, we want to clear out that sinus. And that definitely happens with this product here with the horseradish. So this is our therapeutic range, and these are all tincture based. So we obviously have a maximum dose on these, and they are very condition specific. And first up, we have our amazing liver bitters. So our liver bitters sit in a place where we're wanting to support our digestion, but also support our liver to do what it does naturally. So our liver detoxifies itself naturally. We don't need to go on a detox, but what we can do when we're a little bit under stress, or we're putting it a little bit, putting our liver a few more demands on our liver, such as eating maybe not as well as we should, or maybe having a few too many gin and tonics or wines or all those things, we can support our liver with some bitters. So we have bitter taste receptors all through our body. And once we taste something bitter, they are activated. And that effectively tells our gut and our digestive system that food's coming, and it helps with bile production. So it helps with more efficient digestion. So particularly for people who have, say, sluggish digestion or constipation issues, it can really help. But also for people who suffer from, say, food intolerances, it might look like reflux, it might look like bloating, or that really heavy feeling after certain foods. It can help with like reducing gas. It can help with making people feel more comfortable more quickly. So you can choose to have it either before meals or after a meal, depending on what the situation is. We all know the importance of our liver. You know, everything we eat, drink, breathe, put on our skin, all those things go via our liver. So that includes hormones and all those sorts of things too. So for people who are wanting to look after their skin or have skin issues, or going through some hormonal changes, supporting our liver is really important. So in our formula, we have the amazing globe artichoke leaf, calendula, cardamom, manuka, and orange peel and milk thistle. And it's a very comprehensive formula to support our liver. This is our only topical product, our golden skin oil, and that's celebrating St. John's wort from Central Otago and Kawakawa, and that's infused in that certified organic olive oil. So we're thinking St. John's wort we know a lot of as being a nervous system kind of plant, so we're thinking depression or mood, but St. John's wort is also a nerve insulator in that physical sense, so we're thinking the nerve endings, so sciatica or chickenpox, herpes, those sorts of things, so it can really help with that nerve pain. But it's great for first aid, for burns, for grazes, itchy skin, insect bites, all those sorts of things, because St. John's wort actually helps our skin cells regenerate quickly. So there's lots of studies that show it's been used for scarring or post-radiation burns. And being that this is an oil, it's really great for that irritated, itchy skin picture, so eczema and that sort of stuff. And because it's not a balm or a cream, we're not having to rub it in really quite aggressively. You can coat quite a nice soothing layer of oil over quite large parts of the body in a very easy way. Our mood boost celebrates St. John's wort once again, and that St. John's wort is paired with hawthorn for your heart, alongside lemon balm. And we're thinking this picture here is around that low mood, mild depression, PMS, perimenopausal mood issues, alongside seasonal affective disorder. So we know St. John's wort is amazing for supporting mild depression, but we also know that St. John's wort in a high dose, which it is in this product, is contraindicated for people that are on long-term medication, such as the contraceptive pill or blood pressure medication, all those sorts of things. And that is because St. John's wort works so well that it makes your liver more efficient, and it pushes out that long-term medication quicker than it needs to be. So for those people, sadly, they can't take this product. However, for those who aren't on medication, they can try this product, and it's only 5 mils a day, so it's an easy way of supporting that mood. For people that look like they are constantly angry or irritated, that can be another kind of symptom of depression or low mood. So it's a really lovely way of supporting our GABA receptors and our mood in a very quick and easy way. We also know that St. John's wort can take a wee while to work, a good couple of weeks, so that's why we've paired it with that lemon balm, which works very quickly. So people have relief from the lemon balm while St. John's wort is working away in the background. Our rest and calm, the idea of our rest and calm is that we wanted a product that a household or a family can use in multiple ways. So we have BioGrow organic certified chamomile that's grown just outside of Dunedin, and wild-crafted Californian poppy from Central Otago. And we are using this in the day if we're a little bit stressed or worried or anxious or rushed, or we're just feeling a little bit wound up. And then we can adjust the dose at night to support sleep. So you can take it as a dropper throughout the day, and then you can adjust it at night to have it by a teaspoon for that sleep support. It's also really great for when people wake up at, say, that 2 a.m., 3 a.m. to get them resettled again. So chamomile, we know obviously, like lots of people would say, have a cup of chamomile tea before bed. Seems slightly counterintuitive to have a big glass of water before you're going to sleep. So we've put it in that tincture, so it's obviously therapeutically strong to really help get those results. Our Rest and Calm Kids, same herbs, but we've just extracted them in glycerin. So there's no alcohol. It's safe from newborn. So we're thinking sleep, teething, travel sickness, worry about school, or worry about things in general, and that sleep support. So it's got that delicious sweetness from the glycerin, no alcohol, and those therapeutics of the chamomile and Californian poppy. Our hormone balance, this is targeted at that perimenopause time when we're thinking about those physical symptoms, and there are over 40, if not more, physical symptoms that come up. So we're thinking predominantly temperature fluctuations, so hot sweats, night sweats. We're thinking heavy bleeding, irregular periods. We're thinking cramping, pain. We're also thinking about that imbalanced hormones, so that can look like skin acne breakouts, all those things that pop up in this perimenopausal time, which can go on for quite so many years. So this formula is around supporting a lot of those physical symptoms alongside supporting the nervous system with motherwort. So the idea of this is that people are taking 5 mils a day. There is the ability to take 5 mils in the morning and 5 mils at night if they need to, but we're wanting to support those physical symptoms so people can try and get some balance back, particularly around those physical symptoms that can be really exhausting. We have our allergy and safety information that obviously we can send to you, and it's at the back of our PDF manual as well. As we talked about before, the anti-inflammatory tonic is not appropriate for people who are on long-term medication. We've also put that it's not appropriate for pregnancy here because of that kind of high dose turmeric and the blood thinning side. We've also put the liver bitters that is inappropriate for pregnancy here too around, because we're not wanting to technically detox obviously while we're pregnant. But if anything pops up at all, you've got a very technical question, please feel free to reach out to us and we can help. And just a wee slide to show you the point of sale that's available. We have our posters, our shelf talkers, our flashcards that are for the consumers and customers so they can flip through and see what everything's for, and the hook that goes on for you. Our how-to pamphlets, which go through our whole range. We also have our wholesale newsletter that you can sign up to that will highlight any of our new blogs or any of our new resources that we are releasing. And at any time that you need any support, just please let us know. We're always happy to help. So thank you very much for your time, and thank you very much for having us on your shelf and supporting us. We very much appreciate it, and we hope that at any stage that you need anything, please just let us know. We're always happy to hear from you. Thank you. Ngā mihi.